Yo, so what's going on, Battlefielders? It is Pwn, and today I'm using the M240B cup. Oh god, I love this gun. I really do. I like the iron sight. Something about the iron sights, because it's so small yet inside this giant little ring, I just find it extremely attractive. Now, the one thing that I do not find attractive is this gameplay. What happened is I got thrown in this lobby with a bunch of really, really bad players, on my team, of course, and we really just got pooped on. Like, seriously, we got pooped on. And what makes this video so much better is because you see me checking it out. You see the end of the first one where we're assaulting and getting pooped on. Then I'm going to show you me pooping on them. I know, but except for the differences, I ate 14 burritos before I decided to poop on them, so it's a lot more entertaining that way, you know what I mean? So, unless they got some splatter-resistant fucking parka, they just got dominated. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, you know, I was working my ass off trying to do what I can. I went out of my norm, and, I tried to do the best I could by hopping in the armor. Nobody was using it, so I'm like, dude, man, this is the only shot I got. I gotta ride this bad boy in there, fucking parallel park it right in their butt, and just try to take the objective as best as I can. And, I did pretty decent. I did really make a nice little clutch, but it really just didn't turn out. And that's the whole idea behind this topic I want to talk about today, and that's balance. I mean, and I'm one of those guys that really believes that balance, balance is always great, you know what I mean? Not everything can be perfectly balanced. If you guys are unfamiliar with things, you know, people believe in karma. Some people believe that, you know, something is kind of like the pay it forward mindset. I mean, if you happen to do something, somebody else is doing the same exact thing elsewhere, but not necessarily the opposite or equal opposite kind of thing, but something like that. Whatever you do, somebody else is doing it, not necessarily because you did it, but, you know, that's kind of how it is. I mean, something like that commonly happens, you know, like your children see you doing something, they see you smoking the weed, you know what they're going to do? They're going to probably one-up you and move to cocaine, but you know what I mean? It's got to start somewhere, and that's what happens is I think that people try to do things, and I wanted to talk about balance, because about Battlefield, you need a hefty amount of balance to become, not necessarily to win or become like the world's greatest, you know, you ain't got to catch them all, you know what I'm talking about, Mr. Ketchum? But what I'm talking about is you got to be able to maintain balance, to have harmony, if you will, and I know that totally sounds kind of gay for me, but I think that, you know, where others succeed, others will fail. You know what I mean? Like say I may consider myself one of the better Battlefield players out there. So. Oh, this would have been the sexiest fucking clutch ever, but I remember this now. But, you know, even though I consider myself one of the best Call of Duty players out there, the best Battlefield's a really, really good gamer, I failed in other categories. I may not be good at, you know, Parcheesi or something, you know, cricket, whatever, guys. I don't know, but I find that there are people themselves are well balanced. So you may find one guy, or there might be things that you envy a little bit more or more jealous about. Like, you may want to be rich and you're stuck with eating ramen noodles, but where you may be not enjoying the flavors and the wealth beyond that, you know, I value friendship and people and love far more than I do money. So, you know, what I value may be different from others, but, you know, outside of the value sense, I think everything's equal. Well, some people are successful in certain categories or something like that. They also fail in others, where others may succeed and fail. And I wanted to talk about that because balance can be transformed across so many different ideas and topics. Take, for example, Battlefield. You know, can you win with a bunch of fucking tanks all running around with the USAS frag rounds? Yeah, but does that really matter? Or would it be a lot more balanced to run out there with a squad full, you know, a support guy, a couple assault guys, a recon guy? Balance really makes perfect, and it's not easy to achieve. A perfect state of balance, or, you know, equilibrium or something, is really, really hard to do, and unless you're not sober, then shit's just all kinds of messed up. Actually, boobs. Think about that, boobs. You know how amazing boobs are? Did you know every one of them are off balanced? There's always one that's larger than the other one. That's true. It's a proven fact. Same thing with testes, guys. And I'm sorry to get all fucking educational on you guys, but, you know, some of the best things in the world are off balance and off key, but that's okay. That's okay. That's what I'm trying to say is not having an equal state of something or being balanced okay or acceptable? Or do we always have to find ourselves trying to become something that we want to achieve, even whether or not we're not happy or we are happy with what we have? We always want to do better. We always want to achieve more. And, but why aren't we just satisfied with what's balanced, whatever's normal, with what you got? You know what I'm talking about? It's just what it comes down to, you know, where some people succeed, others fail, so on and so forth. It's something that I've always lived by and I've always thought of, and it's something that one of those topics that I've always been curious about your guys' opinion, but I've never found out how to word it. As you guys can tell, I'm kind of jumbling and fumbling over my words right now because I don't know how to explain it, but hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. And, I'm sorry, I'm emotional. And basically, just like, like when there's a problem, if you find like there's a murder, some guy just comes out of nowhere and just instantly like noob tubes some dude in like, California or something. Do you think that there's somebody else in Texas that is, adopting an orphan or something? Do you think that there's always a kind or generous act to overcome and overtake death? That's how I would always say, when, a kitten dies, an angel grows its wings or something like that. You know how people are always being optimistic and yet again, there's some people that are cautious and don't believe in that. So do you think that where there is bad, there's an equal, fair balance of good? I mean, there are some really harsh shit out there, man. Really harsh shit. There's war. There's fucking, like famine. Ashley Simpson's nose. I mean, there's some fucked up things in this world. But in all reality, is that balance? I mean, like for those that we have, we have the wealth, the rich, the ones that are banging supermodels. We've got the guys with 9 KDs. That they're rich in their own category. But again, they're the poor. There's the ones that are starving, being murdered, so on and so forth. What did they do to do that? I mean, if you wanted to work, and I think it goes throughout a different level, a different kind of concept is, I wish things, in all honesty, I wish things would balance out. I wish bad things, because it's one of those sayings that you hear quite often, at least where I'm from, is bad things happen to good people, or the best always finish last, so on and so forth. And I never see or have understood that. How does that make sense? The ones that try the hardest are the ones that are most deserving, are usually the ones that are left behind. Take, for example, YouTube, something I'm really, really involved. Most of the guys that manipulated, cheated, and abused their way to YouTube are almost every one of the commentators that you watch right now, like Call of Duty players, that have over 300k subs. Almost every one of them, outside of the original ones, like Hutch and CNETers, cheated YouTube to get where they are. And had they have not been, they wouldn't be at a fraction of what they're at right now. But the guys that have actually earned it, have put out great content, and have not cheated or manipulated, are the ones sitting back, not getting the money or the attention that they deserve, yet they do better than the other guys have. So where is the medium ground? Where is the balance that we're looking for? I mean, why can, a doctor be killed randomly, or a child be killed from a random act of drive-by for, like a gang initiation? Where does it end, and is it balanced? Is this world balanced? So let me know what you think. Harmony involved. I know it got a little deep, guys, but if you stretch it out enough, that's what happens. So peace out, guys. Get it.